And now it's time to talk about risk management and the need for technological innovation. We are doing this with ASRECODI, the national president Albano Agabiti, and the regional Emilia Romagna president Claudio Morselli. Let's start with the national level first. Well, let me ask you what ASRECODI is. ASRECODI, as NACODI, are national or regional association of farmers protection associations or consortia. What are they? They are association of farmers that were established in the 1970s with a piece of legislation allowing farmers to get collective insurance policies against weather events. At the beginning it was just hail, but then from 2009 the Italian legislation has changed and there is protection against floods, against rains, against frost. So several extreme weather events can be covered with special policies so that farmers are protected. How do you work? Actually, we have 43 associations or consortia at a national level, and the value that is insured is 9.5 billion euros per year. 2 million hectares are covered. Overall, 80,000 farmers use this insurance tool. What does risk management mean? Well, thanks for this interview, because in this way we have an opportunity to talk about this specific aspect. And our national president has just described the situation at a national level. He mentioned national figures. Here in Emilia-Romagna, in the region where we are now, well, Emilia-Romagna is one of the most important regions from the point of view of farmers' risk protection and risk management. Yes, what is risk management, you ask? It is something fundamental, essential, especially in Emilia-Romagna, where we produce excellent products, especially fruits, but not only. So our farmers, our members, can really have collective policies, can rely on collective policies to get protected from weather events. So we have these consortia or associations that go back to 50 years ago, 16,000 members in the Emilia-Romagna region. All of them are top quality farms, but we also have small-sized farms, and we insure more or less capital for 1.5 billion euro. And this is a way to manage risk and to protect the income of farmers, which is absolutely essential, especially considering what is happening now in terms of climate change. Emilia-Romagna is a top quality region from various points of view. But at a national level, you mentioned 16,000 farmers. How many farmers are there? As I said earlier, at a national level, it's 80,000 farmers or farms that are insured, and the overall money that is insured is 9.5 billion, which is 1/3 of the farming GDP in Italy. Our goal is to have an increasing number of farmers that are covered by insurance and hectares that are insured, because in this way risk is spread to more people and insurance costs would be lower. So the higher the number of insured people, the lower the costs for the policies. Mr. Morselli spoke about the recent weather events and what were the most common ones recently. Yes, when we talk about climate change, well, this in the past was just a fear for some environmental activists. Now, as farmers, we can see that this is not just a slogan. Climate change is here, and in the last 15 years we had 5 droughts here in Italy. In the last 5 years we had 3 great frosts in Italy that have involved large parts of our country, and there is an increasing frequency of extreme events, but there is also an increase in lower density events like hails that are more frequent. So I think that farmers do need to rely on income protection tools. This is why we have been able to have some support, financial support from the public sector, and because I think this is an important point, absolutely. And from the 1970s to 2010, this public support came from the state, from the Italian state. But now we have, actually, we can say that this risk management is supported also by the EU, thanks to the battle we have carried out. One of the 6 axes of the common agricultural policies is farmers' income protection. And this thanks to the Italian associations and the Italian Ministry of Agriculture, who have exerted pressure at EU level. Risk management and need for technological innovation. We are in EIMA, we talk about technology. How can technology help in risk management? Of course, technology plays an important role, and in the last few years the role of technology has become increasingly important. In the last few days we have had a meeting in Emilia Romagna, and I thank Emilia Romagna in meeting of our farmers associations, because in Emilia Romagna we've had significant frost problems. Actually, this was devastating for the farms in Emilia Romagna, and so in this meeting all the farmers protection associations met, and we have started this operation which is being carried out for further improving and developing these initiatives, because these initiatives cannot be isolated, and through technology as well we have to cooperate with other systems, in particular with crop protection systems, and this is the only way to really support our farmers. But of course, when you mention technological innovation, this involves digitalization, this involves software improvement, and also, as my colleague said, we have had a regional and a national system, and which means that now, however, we must go beyond with digitalization, so that regional groups can have a better dialogue with the national structure. There is a clear need to have all regions participating in these initiatives, not just a few ones, not just Emilia Romagna or other northern regions, because at present only or mostly northern Italian regions are insuring themselves. But I think that we should try and convince, as it were, farmers and farmers associations in southern Italy as well. And through new technologies, digitalization and others, we can have a better result in protecting farmers' income. Now, we are talking about hail, we're talking about frost and weather events, but we've just heard that 12 million hectares are being lost to desertification. Is this being included as well in insurance protection? Perhaps this is not the case, but I think that desertification is a problem as well. Now, if farms become more resilient in general, we can also reduce the problem of desertification, because farms are not abandoned and farmers are better equipped. And so if you protect farmers, if farmers are more sure of their working environment, certainly we are fighting desertification as well, but this is in general. Then there must be also some specific active tools to fight desertification. Today we've talked so far about insurance policies, but as a Farmers Protection Association, we would like also provide the farmers with information on active defense mechanisms, like appropriate irrigation systems to combat droughts, and also other systems that could help in reducing frost damage. For example, if you just sprinkle on the crowns of trees, of course, this might have a different impact in terms of frosting. Perhaps this means that better tools and more innovative tools should be found. Now we have several types of protection covers to protect fruits against hail and against insects. Let's think of cherries. Cherries are really very vulnerable to weather events, but we have also several fruits that are susceptible to insects. So instruments are now being found, technological tools that help us in the active protection, so that we can put together active, innovative protection and insurance protection as well. The present instruments to cover fruit trees, for example, can increase temperature by 3 degrees. And this could be very helpful in areas where frost is a big problem. In these areas, using these covers could be just the solution for farmers, and so you protect the trees and the fruits against insects, but at the same time you also reduce frost damage. Also, another technological progress has been precision farming, and precision farming means that companies can manage their problems in a better way. Now, the national president said that the costs are not so high, and I agree, because if you get insured, the costs are not so high and you feel safer. Yes, I agree with this. I am a farmer. Also, the national president is a farmer, and so we know that getting insurance policies is the right thing to do, and we know that thanks to our personal experiences, we daily fight to reduce production costs. And I know that some people might be against an increase in production costs like insurance, because insurance is a production cost, but it is a cost that must be paid. It's not so high after all, and it is worth spending it. And as my colleague said, there is also some public contribution. Yes, some smaller companies, some smaller farms could not afford to pay the insurance premiums, but now we've got, as I said, also the EU support. As my colleague said, this support has come thanks to the lobbying of Italian farmers and the Italian Ministry of Agriculture. We are all aware that protecting companies and protecting farmers is essential, because this can help them survive. Also because at present the profit margins are so low that if a weather event hits hard, then profits are lost completely. Let me give you a few numbers. We insure 1 billion euros in Emilia Romagna, and this year, actually let me talk about last year, but in 2020 we paid back more than 100 million to farms, which means that farms have been helped. Now, the capital insured is 1.5 billion, but thanks to our policies, farmers in this region received 100 million, which is a remarkable help. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. Only a lunatic would not rely on insurance nowadays. I think that a sensible farmer must have an insurance policy. Risk management is fundamental. It should be at the center of all activities, and what we are doing is also an awareness raising. We want people to understand how important risk management and risk protection is. And one should become aware that in the medium term, policy is always the right thing to do. At the beginning, it might seem a price to pay, but in the medium term, certainly, there is a clear return, because in the medium term, there will always be some weather events that have caused problems. Albano Agabiti, President of National, and Morselli, the Regional President of Asrecodi. Thank you to both of you. Thank you.